Hello, welcome back to my channel. This is Dr. Uchenna. In this video, I want to talk about solitude. I want to talk about the 10 benefits of solitude specifically. I just came up with 10 different advantages that you can get from solitude. First of all, of course, I know we understand what solitude means. It means being alone. It means having the capacity to be by yourself and to live on to be alone and to be happy when alone, not to be missing anybody or missing anything, because we are alone, really. Um, we spend most time with ourselves. We are ourselves. So it is. I'm talking of solitude as a beneficiary and therapeutic experience, not as suffering, but as therapy to heal yourself, to heal your soul, to get to confront um, your demons by yourself, to get to confront your own self. And yeah, there's so many benefits to it. So when I talk about solitude, I'm talking about a voluntary um, activity. It's not forced upon you. You're not imprisoned or something. So against your will, it's a willful, um, voluntary practice that we do. So the shamans, of the past, shamans are like priests, in the past that lived in India or something. What they used to do, was a shaman was someone that goes into the forest, to go and be alone. This is the extreme part of it, and they came back, with some sort of magical powers um, of healing, because they have been alone with themselves. They've had a very long time to really explore their own soul, not talking to anybody, not thinking in words. But that's the extreme of it. In this modern society that we live in, it's possible for us, even if we're working, to punctuate our lives with moments of solitude. And it's also possible to just withdraw from everything that's happening and to go alone, to go and be on your own alone. So why do we do this? What are the benefits? By removing yourself from the social anxieties and social circumstances of the world, you're able to gain clarity on who you are. You're able to gain clarity of purpose. You're able to regain an understanding of who you are, um, by being alone. You're forced to stay with your thoughts. You are you can engage with your intuition. So it gives clarity of purpose after some time, because in the beginning it might be difficult. In the beginning, it's not an easy process um, if you're not used to it. So if you're doing it for the first time, it can be inconveniencing. It can be irritating. Um, it can really be uncomfortable for you. But when you learn, if you stay the distance, then you understand these benefits I'm talking about, because you'll be able to talk to yourself um, in a way that will enable you to gain clarity about what you're doing on earth, about why you're here, about who you are. And that's the first advantage I was going to talk about. The second one I wrote down is it keeps us grounded in present moment reality, because when there are no distractions, because in this world people are always around us, always telling us one story or the other, always telling us what to do, or not what to do, but I mean we're always in discussion, so we're always lost in thought most times. And the more you have people around you, and talking and calling and everything, the more you're defined, by your circumstances. So taking the time out to escape from that illusion um, will give you, will ground you, back to the reality of who you are and why you're here, and it will bring, like I said in number one, clarity of purpose. So if you want to ground yourself, one of the ways to do it is to take time to be alone. Um, it, it depends on the circumstances, really, because under the right circumstances, solitude is beautiful. The right circumstance I'm talking about is when you have personal turbulence in your life, when you have personal problems or crisis that you're trying to overcome. That's when solitude really makes sense because you really need to escape from there. Then the third one here is self knowledge. Um, they're all related basically, but it's good to separate the concepts. Now, knowledge of self is very key to living a fulfilled life. If you know who you are, when I say knowing who you are, I just mean knowing your weaknesses, knowing your strengths, knowing what you want to engage with, and what not to engage with, knowing how to establish boundaries for yourself, knowing what drama or not to engage with. Yeah, it really helps. It gives you that self confidence. It generates self courage to actually be yourself and to listen to your intuition. So it gives you that knowledge of self because you during the time of solitude, you talk with yourself. You are by yourself most of the time. Um, Therefore, you will learn a lot about yourself. You will learn about your addictions. You will learn about your compulsions. You will learn about your thought process. You will see those things that you do. And what you do when you're alone is really who you are when nobody's watching. Yeah, so it's beautiful. You get to know yourself then. Number four is it helps you to reclaim your power. So let's say you're going into solitude because of some turbulence, because of some tragedy in your life. And of course, tragic circumstances normally takes away power from us. It could be abuse, it could just be your own mishaps, it could be neglect, it could be divorce, it could be addiction, it could be anything really, any catastrophe that has hit you. When you separate it, when you move out from from those circumstances and go alone and find somewhere to be on your own, you can reclaim back your power. Um, I mean, just by having the clarity, being grounded in reality, getting to know yourself again, brings back um, that power that you have lost. And what is the power? The power usually is just a loss of dignity. It comes from shame. So that's the power that life takes away from us, either from mistakes that we have made or just from any kind of catastrophe, basically. Any kind of horrible life experience takes something away from us. And to be able to regain, to be able to feel yourself back up, you will need some time alone on your own to listen to your own voice. Number five I wrote down here is creativity. This is a piece of my own personal experience from my own years of solitude. I was able to start creating things again, to reconnect with my inner child, to reconnect with the play that's within me. Um, and I was able to create. I've been able to create different things. It's basically just recreating your life because that's what creativity means. Um, Bringing thoughts or ideas into reality, um, understanding how your thoughts work, getting to know, getting to be comfortable, with yourself, getting to have confidence in what you can do in your work and everything that you're doing. Um, so creativity flows in from there. Um, there's no limit to what you can do, what you can create when you're alone. It's basically your thoughts, being able to write them down in peace, without anybody telling you anything. Um, yeah, I need to go into that further into that later. Then number 6, it gives you the mental strength to cope. Um, yeah, I don't think this one even needs much explanation. Um, yeah, for me, I didn't have. Um, it was difficult for me to say no, so I was burning all my energy on other people, I think, and not really taking care of myself. So I got burnt out. In fact, I was just living the wrong life basically, and things just got horrible. So yeah, it's a way to reclaim your mental strength again. Um, when you are alone on your own, you get to know your boundaries, and your mental strength will be improved. And also number 7 is productivity. Yeah, I don't have much to explain there again the second time, because you'll be able to you will be able to, like I said before, you will be creative enough. So from creativity comes the productivity. Productivity, because you have enough time to do what you want to do. Um, it just follows on from there, that with time, after the initial um, after the initial discomfort that you're going to have, when you start getting comfortable being by yourself, you see that you have time, because there will be time. You're going to have plenty of time to explore different things, to create different things, and thereby to produce magic for yourself and for others. Number 8, you get to connect with your inner teacher. Your inner teacher is your intuition. Your inner teacher is your inner child. Your inner teacher is the inner voice. Your inner teacher is your soul. Your inner teacher is your consciousness. Um, Basically, your intuition, your subconscious. Um, when you're alone, you are in pure connection with all these elements. You are in pure connection with your intuition. You can hear yourself. So you're connected with your inner teacher, and your inner teacher will teach you wisdom. And that wisdom is what you're going to bring back to the world when you come back into the world. Number 9 is that your perspective is going to change. The way you look at things will change. When you're um, the matrix, or inside a certain kind of situation or condition, or you're not able to see clearly because you're inside it. But when you step outside of it, your perspective will change. It's a time to do some self-reflection. You do a lot of self-reflection by reflecting on yourself. It's always better when you're outside. That's the scientific method of inquiry, to inquire into the objective nature of reality. The inquirer needs to be outside of what is being inquired. So as you're doing your self-reflection in solitude, you will see things clearly. You understand why things have happened. You will see the connection between different events that have happened in your life. You understand how people behave. You'll be able to reflect on all these things, um, and gain a lot of clarity, and therefore a shift in perspective. And if you take the solitude seriously as a therapeutic means, it will give you more insight into the nature of reality. Even though it's subjective, you have time to read books, you have time to listen to podcasts, you have time to just feel your soul. And my perspective, to life has really changed. I now understand how life, that life is a game of some sort, and I have to play it with intention. So that's what solitude helps you to do. It removes that veil from your eyes. It removes the scales from your eyes. It opens your inner eye for you, and enables you to see clearly, see through what people are doing, see through the games of life, see through people's actions and people's words, being able to filter things through your intuition, through your inner wisdom, through your inner teacher. That's what you gain from it. Then number 10 is I don't even know what I wrote here. Okay, I wrote clearing toxicity. Yeah, it's a period where we can detoxify ourselves. We have the biggest opportunity then to clear the toxicity from within us, and to also detoxify, our inner circle, detoxify our environment, and generally just detoxify negativity from your life. Yeah, I hope I've made sense today, and I think these 10 benefits are separate on their own, so I might just freshen them up and see how they go. Then, thank you for listening, and I'll see you guys again in another video. Bye.